Hello, hey everyone. Give me a thumbs up or yes in the comments. Hello, can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay. So, okay, hi, everybody. So, welcome all to the fourth student masterclass of the Gemini Academy. Super happy to have you all over here. By now, most of you know what is this Gemini Exchange program and what is Gemini Academy. But for the new folks over here, I'll just give you a small brief about what is this all about. Program is launched to empower the Indian developers, most probably in generative AI, and it runs in two phases: Genai Academy and post July you'll be having this out of generative AI. Normally, these courses require you some credits to buy, but under the Genai Academy program, you'll be getting those credits as free of cost, so that you can complete these courses and improve your curriculum and academics as well. So to get this credits, you need to follow certain steps. So I'll just walk you through what is all those things. The first and foremost thing is to submit your Google Cloud Skill Boost public profile link. And of what to do and how to do, I'll just give you a small brief in the platform itself. So once you register, this is how the platform looks like. And if you go to the Skill Boost and Skill by Submission, there is a place where you can submit your Google Cloud Skill Boost public profile link. So on this links, you need to make sure two things. The first thing is it is your Google Cloud Skill Boost public profile link, and the second is it is public. So because it's not only for credits, there are a lot of things that depends upon this credit, this Google Cloud Skill Boost public profile link. So make sure you submit your own Google Cloud Skill Boost public profile link. Once you submitted those things, there are two free courses. As I said, there are five courses here. You need to complete two free courses. One is prompt design and Vertex AI, and the other one is build real world AI applications with Gemini and Imagine. Because these two courses only gives you the gateway or key pass to getting you the credits. Once you submit your Google for Skill Boost public profile link, and once you complete these two courses and submit their respective skill badge link over here, within 8 to 10 business days, you will be getting your credits to complete the remaining three courses. Since you guys have went through these things already again and again, I don't want to take much of your time, so I'll just quickly jump to the next part. And right now we are 7.35 developers are already enrolled in this campaign and started their journey. And what's in it, you always know. So the what's in it, you'll be getting the cloud skill boost completion badges, which you can show it in your LinkedIn blog post, wherever you like it. And you're also getting a completion certificate. Once you complete all these five courses, you'll be getting a Gen AI Academy completion certificate. And there are leaderboards and exclusive opportunities. For leaderboards, there is this is a separate thing. It's called points. Doesn't relate to the credits as well. Credits is different for completing your courses. Points is different for going a leaderboard. Don't mix your credits with points. Credits is only for your completing courses. Points is for just progressing in the leaderboard. There's an events and exclusive merchandise, and there are more in the shop. Just wait for the surprises to get revealed. And most importantly, you will learn from the best in the industries. There'll be lots of masterclasses, and there'll be sessions led by experts. And the next thing is how these points are distributed. And if you attend this masterclass live, you'll be getting 100 points. And this is a live masterclass, right? So if you attend this masterclass live, you'll be getting 20 points. And if you attend this recorded masterclass, so once this masterclass is done, and if you revisit or attend the recorded masterclass, you'll be getting 10 points. If you post a blog on Medium, you'll be getting 30 points. And if you post it on a LinkedIn, you'll be getting 10 points. So these are the points are distributed. And moving on to the master classes, I would like to put up on just only one thing. Just keep the master classes. Let's do the master class centric itself. If you have any questions regarding the credits, or if you have any questions regarding the points or the leaderboard, the support email is always there. We will be dropping the form link as well, where you can fill so that we can take a look over there. And you can also reach out to the support where we can take a help. So let's keep the masterclass towards masterclass only. People who wanted to learn, they can put up your comments over here regarding the masterclass. If you have any other questions, we'll be more than happy to take it in the support areas, or we can do it after the session. But during the masterclass, let's keep it only for the masterclass, the comment section open. With that, that's all from my side. And I am excited to welcome our speaker for today's masterclass, Harsh from Google.
Hello.
Hi, Harsh.
Hi, hi, hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, all good. We're back with another masterclass.
Okay. The stage is
Yes,
yours.
yes, yes, yes. I'm just sharing my screen. Just give me a second. Okay. So welcome everyone. Sorry, there was some issue with my system. Was not able to share my screen. Welcome everyone for today's masterclass. Today we are going to cover how we can use generative AI using Gemini API and through Vertex AI. It's very easy lab today that we are going to do. Uh, and there were a few other master classes as well where I covered Gemini. Sorry, where I showed you the Gemini thing. Where I also showed you how Vertex AI works. So today, I'll again show you the I'll give you the overview of Vertex AI, how you can use Vertex AI, and we'll do a couple of prompts. We'll run few prompts in Vertex AI, and we'll also see how we can use Gemini API to build your own application as well. Right? It's very easy. The lab today's lab is on Skill Boost, and I believe all of you have gone through the steps to claim your credits, and you already have access to today's lab as well. If not, uh, you'll find the relevant links in the comment box, in the description, and in the live chat box as well. Right. So let's begin our journey. Just give me a second. I'll show you how Vertex AI looks like. uh, One second. Facing some issue with my tab. 1 minute. uh, yes. Okay, now it's sorted. 1 second. Yes. So, how many of you have used Google Cloud in before? Google Cloud before? Can you? Is my screen visible? There's someone asking. Not able to play the video. My screen is visible. My audio is audible. Everything all good. Please let me know. Yes. Okay. All good. So now I'll show you how Vertex AI looks like. So have you used Google Cloud before? Can you please do thumbs up? Tell me if you have used Google Cloud before, for what you. Let's make it interactive. Just write used if you have used Google Cloud before. Yes, nice. I see few people saying yes, you have used GCP. Yes, okay, great. And I believe most of you have done few labs as well on Skill Boost. So let's begin our session for today's session. If you have used Google Cloud Console, this is how your console looks like, right? And on in this console on the left hand side, you can see all the services, right? All the services are visible on the left hand side, right? And on over here you can see services related to compute engine, kubernetes engine, cloud storage, right? And if you want to use Vertex AI, just search Vertex AI over here. I'll show you how Vertex AI looks like, right? So Vertex AI is a suite of AI services available in Google Cloud, right? Be it from model garden like agent garden, agent engine, right? You can use various industries model also in model garden. You can use Gemini to create some prompt. In Media Studio you can generate videos, images as well, right? You can also will also use real time API to do the Q&A with Gemini as well, right? So this is how our Vertex AI platform looks like. So if you have not used Vertex AI, if you want to learn more, just search Vertex AI over here. And if you open it for the first time, it may ask you to enable the Vertex AI APIs. And when you enable, it should take maybe 2-3 minutes to enable the relevant APIs as well. And once you are done, your screen should exit exactly like, right? So now over here, so I'll show you various services. Few services. Will start our uh, today's workshop with going through the overview of Vertex AI. So in Vertex AI, just click over here on the left hand side, you will see the option called Vertex AI Studio, right? So if you are not on your system right now, no problem, just pay attention to the video. You can anyway watch, you can watch this video anytime again and redo the exercise as well. So over here there's an option called Vertex AI Studio. I'll zoom over here, just click over there. You'll see a couple of options where you can see you must have used LLMs to write a prompt and get a response, right? So you must have used those LLMs to do this activity. But what if you want to build your own AI enabled application? What if you want to integrate this LLMs in your application or your website? Let's take example, let's say if it's a travel booking application, right? And you want to integrate LLM in travel booking application, how would you do that, right? So over here, so I'll show you. So this is, let's assume you have a travel booking application and you are building a chat bot in that application, and you want your bot to interact with your customers, right? There are few comments which says class band ho gaye. If this is not the class, then what is this? I don't know. So class is not cancelled. This, you are already in class and asking about class cancellation. So please pay attention over here. So there are few options which I'm explaining you. Let's go to the create prompt option. You can do the role of prompt engineer over here, right? So let's assume we have a travel booking application where user comes and ask over here how to reach Delhi from Indore, right? So this uh, let's assume a user is running a prompt over here, right? And our LLM will, we have been using Gemini 2.5 Pro, and our LLM will think about it, will evaluate user's query and give a response. So for now, don't worry about it. If you're looking at the screen for the first time, don't worry. I'll show you few things one by one. Right? Are you all ready? Paying attention? Please write yes. Let's make it interactive. Otherwise, it's not fun for the speaker as well to just speaking monotonously. Yes. Are you paying attention? Yes. If you have any queries, you can post over here. Queries related to this session or Vertex AI, anything, please post it. Any credit related queries, please drop an email to @to skill support. Right. So over here, I ran a query which says how to reach Delhi from Indore. And my LLM Gemini over here give me few option by train, by car, sorry, by air, by train, by bus as well, and also provided few flexible economical options, right? So what I've done over here is I've used Gemini 2.5 Pro preview model and and integrated sorry, I've used Gemini 2.5 preview pro preview model over here. And when user asked the queries, Gemini 2.5 Pro answered those queries. Now, what if I want to change a model right over here? So on the right hand side, you can see the panel where you can switch your models. So there are varieties of model available. Preview of May, preview of April as well. Then Gemini 2.0 Flash, Gemini 2.0 Flash Lite. So you might be confused with all these varieties of model, right? There's so many varieties of model. How you can select it? If you hover your mouse over there, can you see there's a pop-up which says best use for use cases, knowledge cutoff, latency as well. So it has all the things mentioned, like what's the best use case of this model, right? Gemini 2.0 Flash, it can process 10,000 lines of code, right? Can also help you with some very fast, really fast queries, super fast model, right? And also if you want to if you want to, like, let's say, uh, process a image, or if you want to process a video, it can help you like with multi-model understanding as well, right? Then there are few third party models as well, right, which you can use in Vertex AI Studio. And then if you have fine tuned any of those models, you'll see those option over here. So this is where you can switch your models, right? I hope you are paying attention, able to understand what I'm showing to you. You wrote a query, how to reach Delhi from Indore. I wrote a query. Use Gemini. I'm coming to the labs. There are few participants who are very excited for the labs. Please wait, because without teaching you this, I don't want to perform the labs. So please pay attention, right? You will not lose your points in just 10 minutes if you pay attention for 10 minutes, right? So this is where you can switch your model. And if you want to integrate in your application, let's assume you are building a Python app and you want to integrate it in your Python app. Here is an option which says build with code, right? And build with code, you'll see a option get code. So it will give you a ready to use code which you can integrate in your Python application as well, right? So here you just need to attach the Gemini API key, and you can easily create a you can easily create a chatbot which can interact, talk with users on travel related queries, right? So so this is how a basic overview of Vertex AI wanted to provide you. And over here there's another option called system instructions. Let's say if it's a travel booking application, but you don't want them to respond about insurance, you don't want them to respond about a movies related query, right? Or you don't want to respond about any medical or any non travel related queries, you can restrict it by defining a proper system instruction. So system instructions help you write scope for your model, scope for your instance where your users will be chatting or interacting with your model, right? So you can define a scope. Let's say your model's name is Jimmy, and Jimmy is a travel advisor, only respond travel related queries in a particular format. Let's say you want to greet them when user starts the interaction, you can define it in a system instructions, right? If you want to ignore a particular type of questions, you don't want those type of questions to be answered, you can mention over there, right? Or if you want your conversation in a formal way, informal way, you can mention it over there as well, right? So this was about the textual conversation. What if you want, you are building an application where you are generating or reviewing users resume, right? So there you may need a formal interaction, right? A formal text to be generated. So those things you can mention in the system instructions, right? So this is an overview of Vertex AI and how you can do prompt engineering in it. So now let's go move to our today's lab for the day, and I'll show you the lab for the day. And we'll begin our lab. I'll show you the process to claim your ID password in Skill Boost. I'll walk you through few steps of the lab, and then we'll begin our today's journey. Just give me a second. Right. So this is our today's lab, which says Explore Generative AI APIs, Gemini APIs in Vertex AI. So this is, I believe all of you has this link. If not, you can check the description box, live chat box, links are already shared. I'll take few questions. Meantime, you open this link. I'll take few questions. There's one question which says, if we are using JS, do we need JSON to integrate AI to the app? See, you can communicate through JSON as well. You'll get those responses in JSON format as well, right? If you are using JS, you can use JSON format to communicate with the API. Then there's, how can we integrate this into our project? Yes, you can. So that was the main intention of showing you. Instead of just jumping into the lab, main intention was to show you the practical usage of Vertex AI. If you go to Vertex AI, you'll see an option called Get Code. When you click over there, you'll see the variety of codes in Python, in JavaScript. You'll see those codes which you can easily integrate in your application, right? If there are any more queries, please post it. I'll Can we do it in local laptop? You can't download the Gemini model in your, you cannot download it in your local laptop. If you want, you can use Gemma if you want to download it and run the model in your local laptop. Is it free? So there are usage limits. You can check if you scroll over there on each of those model. There are free limits as well. For prototyping, for basic usage and prototyping, building a product, I think you will never cross those free limits if you are just building a prototype. But for production ready, production level application, you may need to move to the paid tier as well. So there's one question: free Gemini API has limitations that could explain this performance gap. Yes, so in free API there are usage limitations, but be it like how many queries, rate per minute, queries per minute you can perform over there, like right context window. So those are few limitations in the free tier, but if you move to the paid tier, you have the larger limits unlocked as well. We must need to learn more Python basics. You need to know, you need to know some basic of Python to perform these labs, or if you want to build something following this guidelines, right? So now with respect to time, I'll see few questions towards the end. It should not take more than 10-15 minutes to explain you this lab. So this is the lab where we are going to use Gemini API in Vertex AI. And over here there is the first lab which says get started with Google Generative AI using Gen AI SDK. Are you all following this? Are you all in the same link? Right? Please let me know. Are you all in the same link? For credit related queries, please contact Ectoskill. Right? Let's wait for a minute for participants to open this. Okay. Now, so this is this. Let's go to our first lab, which says getting started with generative AI using Gen AI SDK. If you click over here, what we are going to learn is we'll be installing Gen AI SDK. We'll learn how to install Gen AI SDK over here and how we can connect it to API services. Right. And once we connect to those API services, how we can send text and multimodal prompts. Once we send text and multimodal prompts, how we can get those responses and how we can process it. So everything, this is what we are going to learn in this lab, right? Which language should we follow for Gen AI? Only Python? It depends on you. So it's not necessary to only learn Python. You need to learn at least one programming language and use the available APIs in those programming language, or you learn using those libraries and start building your application, right? So now, if you are on this page, just scroll down over here. You'll see all the steps that needs to be done in this lab. But before that, you need to click on start lab. When you click on, don't do it now, I'll just explain you, and you can do it at your pace after this workshop is over, because if you start now you need to anyway complete it within 1 hour, right? So I'll just explain you what are the various pieces in this lab, and if there are any queries we can take, right? So this lab, as I told you, will help you learn how to integrate GenAI SDK, how to install GenAI SDK, how to connect with API services. So you just need a project code, your location, so that you can connect with the API services. After you connect it, how you can send that multimodal text and prompts as well, right? So for that, what you need to do is you need to click on start lab. Don't do it now if you don't have 1 full hour to complete it, right? Otherwise you'll blame me that we started but we couldn't complete it. So just watch the video for now. Once you are ready, once you are confident, you can do the lab and re-watch the video as well for the revision pass piece, right? So once you click on start lab, you'll get a temporary username password. Click on open Google Cloud Console, and it will advise you to use incognito mode. So just scroll over, just move hover your mouse on continue anyway. There is an option called open link in incognito mode, and when you open it, it will open the cloud console just like this. So we saw the cloud console before beginning starting of this lab. So reason to show you that when you perform this lab, instead of blindly following all the steps, you can relate it with the existing cloud console. So this is how your cloud console should look like. If you are, since it's temporary username password open for the first time, it may ask you for the acknowledgement. Right, are you all following? Let's wait for a minute. Are you all, please write yes or no, are you all paying attention? Right, yes. Nice, nice, nice. There are only few yes. You can see I'm watching the live video as well, live comments. There are few yes. Yes, are there any usage quota for performance totals in the free version that can affect real-time tasks in agents using LangChain? There are quotas in free tier as well. To answer your question in a simplified way, yes, there are quotas. So please go through those free tier quotas as well when you compare the pricing and evaluate your use case according to those quota. Yes. Nice. So this is where you, if you once you click on open in incognito, this is this is your page would look like, and this is our cloud console. And over here you can perform your lab. So if you read the steps, let me read the step number 2. So step number 1 was to log in using incognito mode, log in using username password provided. Step number 2, the first task that you need to do is open your Vertex AI workbench, and where you can do is go through, click on navigation menu, search Vertex AI and workbench. So I already showed you few minutes back how Vertex AI looks like. So that was the reason to show you that. And how you can search is, you all know now, over here on top you can search Vertex AI, or you can search workbench as well, right? You'll see workbench inside Vertex AI, right? So I believe my screen is visible, you can see over here. And as you see, first step was to open workbench, and when you open workbench you will find this Jupyter Lab instance. Click on open Jupyter Lab next to that. So let me, I'll just come to the screen, and over here there's an option, this is our Jupyter instance name, and click on open Jupyter Lab. So it will open the lab for you, right? It will open the instance, lab instance for you. If my screen is visible, you can see it should take a minute and half to open this lab. There's one, sir. If we don't use incognito, what problem? Maybe I do. I think there should not be a problem. But only thing is, accidentally you may use your personal account to perform this labs or something. Plus, second thing is that it may need to switch between the tabs, so it becomes very difficult to manage the account, which account you are using at what point of time. So that's why it says why advisable to use incognito mode or private browsing mode or a browser where you don't have existing Gmail account. I hope this answers your queries. And this is how our Jupyter Lab instance look like. And if we read the step number 2, I'll come to the step number 2. Open your notebook. Over here, it says open the intro to GenAI SDK file, right? So on the left hand side, you can see intro to GenAI SDK version file as well. So just click over there, just double click, and it will open it in a new tab. Select Python 3 as a kernel over here. So now what you need to do is you need to read all the steps. Step 1 was to select the kernel. Step 3, run those sections in the notebook. And I'll tell you what are the various sections. First is our we have imported the libraries. We have pip installed. We have installed the Google Gen AI library over here in Python. Along with that, we have installed pandas as well. Right now, what we are going to do is we are going to use the Google Gen AI SDK that we have installed. So if you are familiarized with Python, you can see over here it says import Google, import Gen AI, right? And then it's also importing bunch of the other functions as well, right? So those things you can read over here. Descriptions are also given over here. You can read over here, and piece of code is also provided. So what you need to do is you need to run this one by one, right? And see, once you run it, it will show you uh terminal response as well as you run, right? So first step was we imported, installed, then we imported entire our library. Second is we need to mention our project ID and location. So where you can get your project ID is in the skill boost lab. In the skill boost lab, let me show you. In the skill boost lab, there's project ID mentioned over here. You can use that project ID, uh, fill those gaps in the code lab, and you can run those commands, right? So second is we selected model. Second piece of code is we selected Gemini 2.0 flash over here. Then we sent few text based prompts. What's the largest planet in our solar system, right? We sent it, and we whatever response we got, we printed those response, right? If we want to convert it into a markdown text and display it, let's assume you want to display it on a PDF or a website, sorry, on a web page in a markdown format, you can do it as well. Now second is what we did was we provided a image, right? And we asked questions related to those image. So that shows the Gemini multimodal prompts. If you want to process an image, right, so you can do that as well. Now, I taught you what system instructions in Vertex AI console. I taught you that. So here you can also provide system instructions as well with a variable which says system underscore instructions. Over there, we were building a travel application. Over here, it's like language translation. Your mission is to translate text in English to French, right? So over here, whatever response user enters, it will simply translate it, right? So this is your first lab. You can perform this lab, and it should not take more than 1 hour to complete it, right? If you once you are done with all the steps, whenever you are done with specific steps, you can click on check my progress, read the steps over here, perform it, and then once you are ready, you can click on save. Next is multimodality in Gemini, right? It teaches you how you can process images, how you can process text and videos using Gemini as well. Third lab is introduction to function calling. If you want to call a specific API or a function along with Gemini responses, you can do that as well. And last is a challenge lab, which is also very easy, but only thing is you need to pay attention while doing while performing these labs, right? So I hope today's session was helpful for you to get introduction about Vertex AI. And walking through of the skill boost lab, we initiated one lab and I showed you basic steps to perform those labs. But now rest is on your self study as well. You need to read the steps, you need to understand it, do self studies, and if you have any queries, you can reach out to us at any point of time, right? And we'll be able to guide you. There's still a comment, someone is commenting class cancelled. No, class not cancelled. I'm already taking class. Right. If you have any queries, please post it. I'll take few queries for next couple of minutes. If there are any queries, let me know. Any more queries? I hope this was helpful for you to understand how Vertex AI works. For building a scalable SaaS product, is it better to use a third party LLM service like Gemini or OpenAI APIs, or should I consider deploying a smaller self hosted SLM? Yes, so see, it depends on what kind of SaaS application you are, what kind of application or product you are developing, right? Without understanding those, I can't really comment on which API, which LLMs to use, whether to use LLM like Gemini or whether to use self hosted small language models, right? But yes, what I can advise you is you can start by selecting the easiest option you can, most probable options you can try it, see how it's working, and based on that you can make a prompt decision as well. uh I have done all the labs. What can I do to integrate in my website? So yes, you can integrate in your website. So as I showed you, there's an option to integrate, you get code in the Vertex AI as well. Second option is you can use the APIs. So once you perform this lab, obviously you have learned how to use those APIs in a Python code or in a JavaScript code. Must have learned about the Gemini APIs as well. So now you can use those APIs in your website and build a solution. Right. Okay, last couple of questions. Okay. Uh, okay, I think there are not many questions related to the Vertex AI. Okay, all good.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking this masterclass. And if you guys have any questions, you can also fill up the form which have been circulated throughout the session. So we will take a look of it. And after this session, if you have any queries regarding the masterclass, credits or points or leaderboard, please do reach out to the support alias. We'll be dropping the email ID in the comment section as well. The team will be taking your questions from there. Thank you so much for joining the sessions today, everybody. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye bye.
All the best.